Hey everyone, Imran Web Squadron. Thursday, 3rd of November. Just had a couple of back-to-back meetings with some people just talking about their websites and stuff. And I'm still advising one of them about their WebP images and how relying on a plugin is never a good idea, because the plugins don't always modify what sits in your back-end WordPress database. And I keep saying to everyone, and I'll say it again, don't rely on a plugin to do your WebP conversion. Do the hard work, which is actually really easy, is use bulkresizePhotos.com, dump your images in, and then dump them into your WordPress media library. That is the better way to do it, I'm telling you. And I know loads of people are going to say, yeah, but what if you go to a browser and... Sorry, I've got to check my internet. Sorry, just checking that. What if, like, you use... Hey, Peter... What if you go to a browser and doesn't show WebP? And I'm really sorry, but if your browser can't handle WebP, then I don't care, you know, because the world has moved on. It's like smartphones can handle WebP. And if you're going to use a browser or a device that can't handle WebP, then you just got to update, and the world moves on. You know, it's like someone with a black and white TV going, I can't see 4K. You go, well, yeah, because you got a black and white TV. And it's from like the 1960s or something, right? So get with it. Peter, I'm going to say, yeah. You see, here's the thing, Peter, right? Updraft Plus, usually when you use Updraft Plus, you're storing it onto your Google Drive, aren't you? The great thing about this plugin, hey Pickstar, the great thing about the WP Vivid plugin is plugin does the same thing as Updraft, which is put it on your Google Drive or Dropbox or wherever. But it also has a migration service and a staging service. So some people, they have a backup plugin, a staging plugin. Now, SiteGround give you the backup and all of that, so you're kind of covered from a basic level. But if you haven't got that with your host provider, you got your Updraft Plus, you got your WP staging, all-in-one migration. And if this does all of it in one free plugin, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Hey Brian, hope you're okay. And I hope anyone that hasn't had a look at WP Vivid have a look. At first, I was worried it was going to charge. There is a limitation to the staging though. You can only use it to create a staging site and do stuff. You can't overwrite your existing website. You've got to pay for that. But from a testing purpose, I think it's not a bad little thing to have. Hey Adnan, how are you? How you doing? Hope you're okay. Okay, there you go. Brian is a long-time user of WP Vivid. Nice one, Peter. Put it on your huge list. Hey, Tuangangas, how are you doing? So, what is everyone up to today? What are your plans? I've had a couple of meetings. I've had to advise someone of issues with their GoDaddy website. Their website on GoDaddy is guess how big their website is. Take a guess how big their website is in size. How big? How big do you think this website is? And they've basically got to go back to GoDaddy and sort some stuff out. But hey Mia, hey Zubair, hope you're okay. Would I recommend Elementor? Yes, I would. I still use Elementor, Zubair. I would also recommend Bricks, but I would also still recommend Elementor. Someone, they got a website on GoDaddy. How big do you think their website is? I don't mean pages, I mean file size. The database and the files. How big is big? How big is big? Hey? What would you class as, whoa, that's big? What would you call, what would you say is big? Go for it. Let me hear some numbers. Give me some numbers. Right, so someone's database. You're close, Peter. 1.2 gigs. I mean, that's not too big, but it's close big. Pickstar, mate. Server updates. I'm not sure if that sounds interesting, but I'd hate to do server updates, mate. Yeah. Well, hey, Brian, you don't have to hide the expletives. Just let it out. Hey, Carapos. Breakdance adverts are everywhere. I reckon he has taken his entire budget of income he has made from licenses, and he's blown it all on the YouTube adverts. Hey, Mark. Hey, Ricardo. So this website that he's not one of our clients. He just needed advice. So I gave him some advice and stuff. He has his website, his WordPress website is 146 gigabytes. 146 gigabytes, not 1.46, 146 gigabytes. And you know why? Guess why he's got this problem? Guess why he's got this problem? And you all need to learn, right, about this. Images. He's got a directory website with thousands of images. He's using a plugin. He's using a plugin to convert into WebP. What I've told him is that's irrelevant. That's for what you see on the front end, right? That's the front end. When you add an image, some of the images are like 3 or 4 megabytes, Peter. When you add images into your media library, WordPress will make 5 copies of that image. WordPress will make 5 copies. If you don't change your media setting, zero it all out, you will have 5 copies in your database. Your front end, you optimize to WebP, but your back end will still have 5 big King Kong images. So my advice is simple, right? My advice is flipping simple. Change your WordPress media library settings. Don't use a plugin and instead use bulkresizePhotos.com. Keep it all succinct. Hey, John. Hey, Raja. Hey, Jason. Let me go back to the comments because some of you have snuck in. Hey, Dave. Hope you're all right, mate. Hey, Pavel. Do you know what, Mark? I haven't even studied the advert. Classical music with breakdancing. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Hey George, hope you're okay. Today's a productive day for me. A Zoom meeting with client. Excellent. Setting up a WooCommerce. Nice. Smooth as silk so far. No, I'm not shifting my focus from Elemental to Bricks. You will have noticed there's still Elemental videos coming out. In October, it was very focused on Bricks because I wanted to do a series from A to Z. So people understand if you're trying to get on board with Bricks, you could follow the sequence of videos. There's a playlist. You can watch it and understand what you're doing. So anyway, back to the point I'm making, okay? If you don't change your WordPress media library settings, if you add in a WebP conversion optimization plugin, you're only touching the front end. Your back end will have 5 times images, original size, JPEG, PNG, whatever. You are clunking up your back-end database. You gotta sort it out. You gotta sort it out. That's why this person's website is 146 gigawatts, right? Gigawatts. Doc Brown would be proud. So, okay, Adnan, when you go to WordPress and you go to settings, general, reading, media, I think it is, go into the media, it will say thumbnail, medium, large, and there'll be 2 boxes that are ticked. Untick them. Untick the boxes. Set all of your values to be 0. Set all of your values to be 0. Otherwise, you will get duplicate images in your back-end database. Hey, thank you, Pavel. I mean, that WP Vivid is a pretty damn good plugin, right? It's got your backup and restoration. It's got your migration. And it's got your staging site. Pretty cool. I mean, it is limited, the staging site. It is limited, but it gives you a staging site to test stuff out on. So definitely go and have a look at it. Hey, Charlie, hope you're okay. Exactly, John. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. I mean, I do think I need to do a bit more of a detailed video on that because I talk about it a lot, John, but a lot of people overlook this, and everyone thinks that by putting an optimization plugin on my website, I'm okay. No, all you've done is generated WebP images for the front end for your page speed performance, but when you're creating a backup or exporting your entire website or moving from one host to another, you are going to have a hefty database back there. Especially if you are loading in image after image after image after image after image after image. George, I don't even want to get into translation plugins and stuff like that, mate, because you know what? Oh no, string translation, sorry. Wow, John, what? I hope you're charging a lot of money for that. Yeah, so X, there seems YouTube are undergoing changes with the way things look. You might have noticed on the front end and the back end. Notifications may get affected. If anyone has an issue, feel free to unsubscribe and then resubscribe. You must unsubscribe and then resubscribe straight away. Don't leave me hanging. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. I mean, I would say, yeah, that many times I've spoken to clients where they've got Imagify, Short Pixel, Smush It, and they all have this same problem occur where the quality of the front end optimization isn't as good as bulkresizePhotos.com. I've proven that I did a video once and I've proven it with them as well. I've said, right, take your image and now do it manually, and the quality, it is there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't even know. What gets me annoyed, right, is why WordPress have that as default. It's ticked, and you have values in there. Hey, Maddie, hope you're all right. Zubair, does adding multiple elemental add-ons? Yes, it will slow down your site, Zubair. Absolutely. Absolutely, Zubair. Like, look, right now, yeah, I am cold. I'm feeling a bit cold, so I've got on a hoodie. If I put on 20 hoodies, well, I'm going to struggle to move, right? So what you got to think about with Elemental is the more add-ons you add. Hey, hit like, please. If you don't hit like right, the more... I mean, look, Zubair, have you got Elemental Pro? If you've got Elemental Pro, you will not need many add-ons. If you've not got Elemental Pro, think very carefully about how many add-ons you add. Do you really need the feature? Okay, so Rajat can't find the setting. Okay, I'm just going to log into one of my websites and show you that setting. Just wait a minute. You know, just wait a minute now. Let me go to one of my staging websites because it's easier if I show you there. Because I can... Web Squadron... Right, okay, just bear with me. I'm just going to load up a website. And I'll show you here. Okay, right, so let me just share the screen. Boop, there we go. Right, if you're watching the screen, everyone, okay, if you go down here to settings, and then you have media, right? Settings, media, you can't miss it. You go into media, look, set all of these to 0. Set all of these to 0 and untick, uncheck, untick. Do what you want. Use a rubber if you want. Untick it and set all of those to 0. Right? There it is. Settings. Media. You can't miss it. There you go. That's what you got to do. You don't do that because what you'll have is you'll have values like this. Sorry, you'll have something like this. You'll have values and whatever, okay? What you need to do is basically untick. Right, untick, set everything to 0. You do that. And you will stop the duplicate images because you don't see them on the front end. Over here in your media library, right, over here, you won't see the duplicates here. You won't see them, but they'll be in your database, right? So it's clogging up. It's clogging up for no good reason. Don't forget to hit like if you're not hitting like already, all right? It makes a big... Go on, yeah, George, go on, add a note. George... Of course, by the way, if anyone disagrees or they have a worry or a concern, please do point it out. I only say what I say. Hey there, Lawrence. How you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. How are you doing? Nice one, John. I like the sound of a big contract. Exactly, Maddie. It's a great plugin for staging site, migration, and your backups. And it's free. It's free, right? You can't go wrong with a free plugin, right? And it's created by a good team who look after their product. They do updates, notifications and whatever. So it's not like who's this? It's a one-man band. No, it's a pretty good plugin. Okay, Zubair, can I recommend my favorite Elementor add-on? QI add-ons. QI add-ons. QI add-ons is my favorite. Yep. Well, Eddie, if you don't do this, right, what happens is when you add an image, WordPress will create multiple copies. It actually does about 5. It's not just 3, it does about 5. And it sticks it in the database. Then when you add a plugin to compress and convert to WebP, you then have another copy. So you got your PNG JPEGs, you then have another copy, right? So on the front end, you see the WebP, your back end database, your front end, you might go, oh yeah, my image is only 50 kilobytes. Yay, my image is only 50 kilobytes. But your database might be 10 megabytes, right? Because it might be 5 times, and then you'll have like different sizes, 3 megabyte, 2 megabyte, 1.5 megabyte. It might end up rolling over into 10. So on the front end, you see 50 kilobytes. Your back end database, which you probably don't even know about, is 10 megabytes. It adds up. Can you see how it starts to escalate? Oh, right. So George is saying that if, for example, does that to Divi adds custom image, they will not be there to 0. But oh, okay. Divi does 11 images, George? Really? Divi does 11 images. Even more. Wow. Yep. So Adnan. So this is the problem. Okay. This is what I said to this person. From now, he won't have duplicate images, but the 2,000 images he's already got loaded, he has got that problem, and he either has to manually go through and delete them or find them and decide what he's going to do. And that's the problem. At the start of every project, if you haven't watched my videos, I've got videos on this. Have you seen our WordPress checklist in our mastery module? Have you watched our videos? You need to go and watch it. We go through these settings. In fact, I've got a video that we put out about a month ago called WordPress settings. You got to go through the WordPress settings because you want to make sure that you got your Elementor settings right. If you're using Elementor or Bricks, your WordPress settings are right. Get everything right before you build anything. Hey, do you know what, Jason? I used to love Updraft Plus. I really did. But now I don't think Updraft Plus is my favorite anymore, mainly because of what you can do in WP Vivid, right? You kind of can't go wrong with it. Sean, good question. Can you undo if you checked storing images by date? I'm not sure. I don't want to be the one to say yes or no to that. No, but Eddie, you can't see the copy, but that's where you have to decide on what you add. I always add WebP images, and then I might crop and scale it. You can still get the original image, but I start with a WebP image. I don't want a JPEG. I don't want a PNG. I want a WebP image. Yes, Brian. Well, this is it, you see. Everything is now going to be in a better size. Yeah, well, sorry, yeah, Michael. Yeah, I mean, I use the word database, force of habit. But yeah, it's basically going to be in the system, right? And this one person, their website, don't know how much you saw of the earlier conversation, their website is 146 gigabytes. Because they've just blasted their images, you know. They were using front-end optimization rather than getting in a WebP image or something like that. Hey, Maddie, have I changed the time for my live? No. The reason why, Maddie, I don't know. No, it's the same time, Maddie. Midday for me. Then again, though, it may... Oh, no, hold on. In the UK, our clocks went back 1 hour on Sunday. So for a lot of you, it might feel like I'm on an hour earlier. It might feel like I'm on an hour earlier, but that's because the clocks went back. Oh, are there, Peter? A lot of pops. Do you know what? I'll have to double check that. Might have been because I was too close to the microphone, actually. How many did you count, Peter? Did you count a lot of pops? You're going to have to let me know. But yeah, it's probably because I was too close to the microphone. I might have hit it a few times as well. Charlie, I have no idea about using Chinese characters or Mandarin or anything like that in a URL. I don't know, but Eddie, I don't organize by month, and I'll tell you why. I don't feel I need to. I honestly do not see the benefit of doing that. I really don't. I'm one of those people where I'll tell you what it is. I like folders to be well structured and easy. I don't like folder within folder within folder within folder unless there's a really damn good reason. So I'm one of those people where I just don't bother with the month, sort by month and year. An image as an image. No, Adnan, thank you very much for the clarification. Yeah, exactly. That's the video you need to watch, Adnan, okay? You go watch that and it goes through the key settings that you want to go through before you start building your website. When I build any website, my own or clients, the first half hour is the settings. Elemental settings, if you're using Elemental. WordPress settings. Any particular plugins we're going to put in. Like Auto-Optimize or something, the settings, the custom font, right? You get it in. So that when you are now ready to build, when you're putting in your colors and your headers and all of that, the back end is primed and ready for you to get going. Don't leave it till the end. Right? Don't leave it as an afterthought. Oh yeah, I'll do that later. No, get it in first. Yeah, absolutely what Brian says. You got to have a backup. SiteGround are really good on their backups. I'm telling you now, they are really good on their backups. But it's always good to have a second one as well. All right? And either you store it on your drive or you get a client to store it on their own. If you die, the client might still need a backup. Well, that's a really good question, Michael. Like the resized images, are they not useful for different devices? Well, here's the thing, right? I will have my image, WebP, in the media library. And then when you get to the tablet and mobile, I might have loaded in a different size for the mobile. I take the same image, WebP, so I've got two images, but they're both WebP. The sizes are small. And then I crop and scale it in the media library because now I know exactly what I need it to look like when you're doing it on screen. So I do that on fly like that. And because they're WebP, they're small anyway, and I only make a mobile copy if I need a mobile copy. So again, you keep things lean and mean. Yes, so our clocks went back, Maddie. So, yeah, our clocks went back. Which is why it appears like we're coming on later now. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for you. I think the reason... so, Pickstar, we have got our WordPress checklist, our mastery module that people can go and buy. We have done videos. The trouble is, though, is that sometimes settings and things change all the time. It's not a bad idea. Definitely consider it. Just checking the comments. Yes, and Michael does not use year folders as well. Okay, I didn't know that about FileZilla. I mean, look, what I say to clients, if you've got 1,000 products, is you've got to make the naming of your images be very relevant to the product or the variation. Please don't forget to hit like if you have not hit like already. So if you've got a product and it's a t-shirt, you'll put the t-shirt or the brand name t-shirt, whatever size or color. Make it very specific. So if they follow a convention, right? So what you say is all of your products, yeah, it must be maybe the type of t-shirt, and then you'll have the word underscore t-shirt underscore blue underscore large. So if you want to find anything in your wherevers, you can easily find it. There's nothing worse than when the file name for the image is screenshot. Screenshot 789564444. That is a pain. And I really wish they are a pain when you get images like that. When it's just one or two, you kind of let it go. But when it's a lot of images, that's a pain. So Maddie, yeah, absolutely. Be Informatica. You do need a JPEG image, but then I sometimes do that on the fly. I'll add in the image myself to be a Facebook optimized image. Maddie, I would wait 1 week before you update to Elementor 3.8 because some people have had issues if you're using containers. And I'm pretty sure a lot of plugins might have a bit of an issue as well. So I would definitely wait 1 week before you update to 3.8. I've updated on a test website and it's fine. But Elementor 3.8, just wait. Bricks Builder, yep. Nice one, CWorks, Imo AG. Is there any... Okay, yeah. So Bricks are going to be bringing out the mega menu pretty soon, CWorks. I don't know the date, but they will be bringing that out soon. I did do a video on how you could create your own kind of like drop-down menu, thingy-midgy, whatever, right? Which you might want to go have a look at. But I'm not going to recommend any plugins. I'm just going to say better to wait, you know. And I might look into reusing some CSS I use for Elementor with, can I create a Bricks mega menu? The thing that's stopping me is at any point in time, Bricks might bring out the mega menu. And I feel like if I spend a lot of time researching, testing, creating a video, it might be a bit worthless eventually. So until I know what Bricks bring out, how much time do I invest in a different solution? Nice one, Saturnish. Yeah, WP Vivid. I mean, you know, you've got the Pro. You're happy. Well, Michael, you don't need to make duplicate images for the mobile. You don't really need to do that because the sizes, when you get to like product images, page speed performance slightly goes out the window, slightly. So I don't need to worry about it. When it's the WooCommerce shop, it's neither here or there. You know, your size might be like 500 by 500 pixel, which is good for the desktop, the tablet, and the mobile. And you're fine. You'll be fine. Yeah, you are right. You are right, Pickstar. I might have to pull something up. I mean, I am starting to review what I call on my essential plugins, by the way. And I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to wait until January, but I really want to review the auto-optimized settings. Yeah, Adnan, if you want to email over to info@websquadron.co.uk, Adnan Yassin, if you want to email your profile to us, info@websquadron.co.uk, we can do it live on the website. We can do it live now, a live stream. We'll quickly have a look at it. Yeah, I mean, one of the things I will say that if you've got Elementor 3.8, if you've used it and you've got containers and you're doing a sticky column or sticky container, you will have a problem. They're not working properly. Sticky containers, there's been a problem with that since February, to be honest. Gary, what are your top tips for making a website in high 90s on Google page speed? Okay, pretty simple, Gary. Pretty simple. Custom load your fonts. Use WebP images. Ensure you got the right sized images for your mobile. Don't use intersections or overload it with that too much. Don't have a video or a slideshow as your hero banner. Watch out for overflows. Make sure they're hidden. Make sure not only are you using custom fonts, but you are preloading the fonts. Otherwise, you're going to get a cumulative layout shift. What else? What else? Make sure your content is above the fold. Don't have a section which goes under the fold, you know, with a mobile. So everything you see here is the fold. After that is after the fold. So do that stuff. And by the way, Gary, please go to our YouTube channel and do a search for Page Speed 2022. Page Speed 2022. There's a video there. It's about 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes long. It goes into a lot of detail, you know, preloading your e-icons, stuff and other stuff as well. Please go and watch that, because that's going to give you a load of tips. But what I've reeled off there should be in your mind when you're building a website, and you will help yourself to a high score. Nothing is guaranteed. You add Google Tag Manager, Facebook Pixel, cookie consent, your score comes down. That's life. But you can try and be more in control over what you're doing. Carl, I remember a video that I did that allows folders, and I couldn't find, what was it? I remember a folder you did about a plugin that allows folders. Oh dear, did I do that? Do a search for media. Carl, go to our YouTube channel, right? When you have the list of headers, to the right, there will be a magnifying glass, a search icon. Type media library in there. And you might, I don't even remember that video. Are you sure it was me? Yeah, very good point, actually, Pickstar. Yeah. By the way, though, Pickstar, it's been a while since I've used Local by Flywheel, so I can't remember. But is there a way to share the settings? Is there a way to share? I can't remember. Is there a way to share so that other people can have access to it as well? I can't remember. If anyone's got Local Flywheel, is there a way to set up something and then share that? I don't know if you can to other people. I can't remember. Yeah, hide overflows, preload, yeah. Yeah, do watch the video though. You know, I mean the key one really is the preloading custom, no, not custom fonts, WebP, the correct sized images for the mobile. It's really easy to put an image in desktop and not resize it or put another copy in and scale and crop it for the mobile. That will always hit your score. That will always hit your score. Happy Files, yeah, do you know what? I don't know why the word Happy Files is not bringing any memories with me. I'm not sure why I'm not ringing any memories in. Maybe it wasn't me. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. I can't think of why I would have done a video on that, though. Because I'm the sort of person who's not into folders. I'm not into that. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Pixar. And that's what I mean, though. It's a bit like... it'd be cool if I could create something that anyone could then just download and use, if that makes sense. You know, like a file. There might be some risk attached to that, but I'd have to have a look at it. X, with video backgrounds, is it better to load them from YouTube? Yes and no. Yes, if you use Presto Player to hide the YouTube branding, number one. So yes, if you want to hide the branding. Number two, though, you got to make sure it plays on the mobile, because it might not play and you'll have a play button in the mobile, which looks ugly. Number three, depending on the size of it. And don't forget, right? Don't forget that when someone accesses your website, they are accessing it via the internet. If you've got a video, now your website is having to fetch the video, there might be a delay. As long as you've got my eye is itching today. As long as you've got a background image, a full back image, you'll be fine. Here's my tip. When you have a video, right, that you're pulling from YouTube, get the video and pause it at the start of the video. Get a screenshot, right? Full size, high resolution. You know, 1080p, 4K, whatever is the best resolution you can get. Get a screenshot of that. That is your fallback image. So if the YouTube video takes half a second or 1 second before it auto plays, the fallback image is the exact start of the video. Do you get what I'm saying here? It is the start of the video. So that when it does kick in, from a user point of view, they might not even realize there was an image and a video. What you don't do is have a fallback image. So let's say the video is I'm here wearing this. The fallback image shouldn't be me walking in a forest going, no, you don't do that, right? You don't do that. Because I've seen that. I have seen that on websites. There's a fallback image. No, there's a video, and the fallback image is the YouTube cover art. And I'm like, what the flip? Your hero banner has already got a heading and text and a call to action button. But it looks so jumbled up because behind it, you can see the YouTube cover art. And there's words all over it. And then it flips into the video, and you sort of go, like, brain explosion, right? So get the video, full screen if you can, or whatever screen you're doing, 4K, whatever you want to do. If you can get the best resolution you can, get a shot of that image. That is your full back image. Got it? Because if you're going to use it, you want it to kind of look seamless, right? And even if it takes 2 seconds before it plays or does that, that's what you got to do. That is how, yeah, you're right, Brian. I'm like that. Let's go. Ow, I just hit my finger on my microphone boom arm. Right, just checking the comments though. Yeah, good point, Pickstar. I mean, I do have to look into that. I might look into that, Pickstar. Just got to make the time, mate. Got to make the time. Yeah, I don't think I made a video about Happy Files either already. Yeah, doesn't sound like the sort of thing I would do, to be honest. Okay, right. So Adnan has sent his link. Let's if we're ready, if Adnan is ready, by the way. And by the way, Adnan, are you ready? Because I'm not going to do this unless you want it and you're happy for us to do it live, okay? The fact that you're saying you are you're ready, so I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in, mate. Right, we're going in. So let us share the screen. Where am I? Here I am. Right, okay. So let's just refresh this page again. Right. So, first thing, I mean, the trouble is, though, Adnan, this isn't a website. This is Behance. So, I can't really review this because this is Behance. So, my question to you is, where do you have... So this portfolio, okay, this looks impressive. I'm not going to lie. This looks impressive, okay? But I'm now going to be an absolute arse, Adnan, and I'm going to say, whoop, because all you've done is share your Behance. My question now is, where is your website? Where's your website? Because sharing portfolios is, I don't want to say easy, but you could easily just share what you've created. What I'm more keen on is, how are you putting yourself out there with your website? How are you now demonstrating what you do and what you offer? Because what you got to think about is, so you're based in Romania. What you got to think about is, someone wants a web design, and they go to Google and they find 10 people, and 9 of them have got a portfolio website showing off their websites, what they do, etc., etc. There's a bit more about them. You know, there might be credentials, whatever's right. I can see the prices, all of that. Then I come to you, and what I see for you is a Behance website with a portfolio there. I don't know about you, but I'm not sure I would want to work with you if there's 9 other people. You might be the best one. You are probably the best one out there. I reckon you are the best one. But the 9 other people have a portfolio website. I want a website built. I don't want to see images. I want to see, what do you do? What have you got? Can you back it up? What do you use? You know? So I would say, yeah, great for you to send that. But my question back to you, Adnan, is, and don't take this to heart, by the way, this is not criticism. Where's your website? It's like me saying to someone, hey, I can cook. I can cook fish and chips. Fish and chips all day long. I can't really, all right? I can't really. Forget that, right? I can't really. But all fish fingers all day long. And then someone says, well, show me. And I'm like, I pull out a plate with fish and chips on it. And you're like, did you cook that or did you buy it? Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about how I did it. Because you know what? I probably didn't even make it. What I actually did was I bought the fish, I made the chips, and I put it on a plate. So when I say I can cook, my interpretation is I knew how to put it on a small plate. That's not really cooking, is it? So get your website out there. Right, but Adnan. Okay, Adnan. Here's something that... this is where imposter syndrome can kick in. And I'm not saying you're an imposter. I'm saying you sometimes doubt yourself. Can you share your company one then? Because if you're saying you can't do your own, can you share your company one then? That's the other important bit. So if you can't share your own, can you share your company one? I've just got to quickly check a question someone's just sent to me. Oh, I'll have to answer. That's a really long email someone has sent me. That's a very long email. I'm going to answer that afterwards. Yes, Adnan, what I would say is, I think if you've got a company one, brilliant, super. Please don't forget to hit like if you have not hit like already. It's massively important for the YouTube algorithm. It helps other people to find us. Hey, Matt, I'm okay, mate. How are you doing? I'm feeling a bit tired today, but I am generally okay. Hey, oh, by the way, Pickstar, sorry, Pickstar. I was talking about this Adnan thing and I missed your comment. Yeah, thanks very much. I will try not to burn out, mate. You know me. Keeps me going, right? Keeps me going. So Adnan, are you willing to share your company website? Oh yeah, Mark, Mark, did I not reply to you? I got that, Mark. It's a bit of a hassle, Mark, by the way, because this is something just between me and Mark Newman now. It's a bit of a hassle because that extra one shifts the layout. I've now got to shift the layout. Then you got to change the menu anchors. Then you got to change the services. We should charge them for this, by the way. We should charge them for this because this is more than like minor. It's not just content. But it won't be done until Sunday. I've got it in the diary for Sunday, okay? So they're just going to have to wait till Sunday for that. It can be done. Don't worry about that. It can be done. But it's one of those annoying ones that when you drop something in and it rearranges, it messes up then. And then you got to check it on the tablet and the mobile responsiveness and all of that. But hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Back to the comments. Hey, Nikos, how are you? Hope you're all right, my mate. Hey, you're not late. Hey, look, everyone is late, right? Everyone is late. But as long as we're here, that's what matters, as long as we're here. Excellent, Matt. And I hope things are going okay with the projects and things that you're working on. I'm getting quite excited because you know how I put out a... Yeah, cool, Mark. Remember, Mark, we up the prices for them. So I put a call out 2 days ago for people to join in a multi-agency video, and I'm looking forward to it because the videos are coming in. There's one person's I'm still waiting on, and I hope they get theirs to me in the next hour so I can get on with it. The quality of the videos are different, but then again, that kind of shows that if you had a team meeting in real life, not everyone is going to have high quality webcam, right? So there's always going to be a little bit of variation, but I'm hoping I can get away with it. And I'm hoping it all works. I hope it makes you laugh as well. I've tried to make it real and funny. So anyone who saw the solo freelancer video, I hope you appreciate that, because it was kind of like I was putting across how I've always felt when you're working on a website, when a client changes something and you're like, oh my God, do I have to do this? But what can happen when you run a multi-agency with more team members and you're not on the same page? That's what the video is all about. Adnan, the company's website isn't really appropriate to share because that's not my work. Yeah, okay, look, Adnan, if your work is not on the company website, number one, how are you advertising yourself? Number two, if the company gets rid of you, you've got no social presence. If the company gets rid of you, Adnan, you're not on Google, you're not on the rankings. You've got no social media profile as far as your website goes. You need to get your website built. Just because you work for a company, you could advertise yourself and then have your button to contact you, which links back into your company website. That doesn't stop you having your own personal profile website, unless they've said you're not allowed. Have they said you're not allowed? Have they said you're not allowed? Go for it, Adnan. If you can do it, do it. Don't wait around. Don't wait for people, right? Do it. Hey, Pigstar, we're all born late. Castorello, what's your view on the future of Elemental? I think they will do stuff. Look, I can't predict how quick they'll be or how slow they'll be, but I think the new loot builder is good. When they get it working with WooCommerce, it will be even better, but it's not there yet. One thing, Sean, I hate that. When Windows laptops magnify to 150, I hate that. And you just got to say to people, look, change your settings or hit Control-0 or whatever. Do I have any info about the new Elemental features? No. Look, what I will say, Castorello, okay, what I'm going to say is until you see it, don't believe it. We don't have Mega Menu yet, right? We are like 2 years on since we first heard about Mega Menu and Elemental. We still ain't got it. So until you see it, don't believe it. Nestable elements, all of this, okay? And you could almost say this for any plugin. Like even with bricks, we don't have the Mega Menu yet. We don't have the mobile menu builder yet. You could say that about any plugin. And I would say until you see a concept, until you see it being worked on, don't believe it. Wow. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, clients that send images in Google Docs annoys me as well. I had one client that did that and I really hated it because then you got to go to Google Docs, you got to download the images. It just adds on time and hassle. Yeah, okay, Adnan, get on with your website, right? Look, I saw your Behance. You got talent. Get on with it. You can do it, mate, right? Get yourself out there. Because if that company ever goes bust, or they go, oh, you know what? We're closing shop now. You're already on Google. You already have a profile. You might pick up some work. They can't stop you picking up other work, can they? You know, you might work for them, but if you pick up other work where people come directly to you, why can't you do it? Might be your side hustle. You go for it, okay? You go for it. Have I got any recommendations for 3D modeling plugins? Not really. Can someone help out with that? Can someone help out with that, with any 3D modeling ones, especially with the rotate? Yeah, I get that. Can't you do that with Elemental, though? I mean, can't you do the whole rotation thing in Elemental already, though? I think you can. Or am I wrong? Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Matt, I think a lot of us have gone to town with advising Elemental about stuff they need to have to keep up with the current times to get things done. It's just a bit of a waiting game, isn't it? Oh, man, you know, breakdance, you know, I don't know what to say about them. I think I'm done with talking about breakdance. I think a lot of us are, actually. Every day there's another new comment or something we see which is to do with just the way they put themselves out there with their derogatory comments and offensive stuff. Yeah, very good point, Matt. So this is something a lot of us have said with Elemental, that you need to have your mega menu, number one. You need to have your animated icons, absolutely. Change, logo, shrinking, all of that. They need to do all of that. Not too dissimilar to what Bricks have done with their header, where they've got loads and loads of settings and all of that. And I just think that they need to... it's very similar to Bricks. I mean, Bricks doesn't cover everything because they ain't got the mega menu yet. And they don't have animated icons either. But I do think that Elementor, if they could do that, it would take their headers to the next level. And it's just unfortunate. It's also a little bit unfortunate that you got to create a pop-up template to then do an off-canvas menu. It'd be really cool if they could all have that all within. You know, when you create the header template and the nav menu, if it was all cooped up within it, and you can then activate it and all of that, it would make it simpler and easier. We can do it. We could put a work in, go and get your code and do it. But if you're trying to create a website where you're saying you don't need to know any coding, this would be a great step in the right direction. Yeah, I mean, I think I can't predict where Elementor are going or when they're going to have stuff come out. It is coming. I think it's coming. I think they've sat up and taken notice that there's been a lot of feedback or comments, but I think they are really taking notice. And there's a webinar. I think it's next week, or might be the week after, on version 3.8. I think they're going to talk more about their roadmap and releases and what they're planning. So that should be good, exciting, I hope. Hey, Satanish, a guy shared yesterday in his channel a plugin that seemed interesting. Asset Cleanup. You're talking about Lightbox, Satanish. So I use Asset Cleanup. I use it for WooCommerce websites. No, I only use Asset Cleanup on a directory website or a WooCommerce website. I use it on a WooCommerce website. All right. And what you can then do is on the home page, you can stop loads of WooCommerce scripts running, because there's no need for loads of WooCommerce stuff to be running on my homepage. There's no need, literally no need. Even when you show the shop on the homepage, I don't need loads of stuff to be running, right? It's not until you're in the shop, right? Yep, Lightbox, yep. Jeffrey. Matt, I think headers are one of the most important parts of the website. I do. I agree as well, especially when you get on... next Thursday. Thanks, Eddie. Especially when you're on the mobile, I always feel like a bad header can kill your website. A bad header, you lose interest. Too big, too narrow. There's nothing there. There's too much there. Get it right and it works wonders. Get it wrong and you can kill off. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, LMS, directory, WooCommerce. It's a great way to stop certain things loading on your homepage for no damn good reason. Yeah, good point as well by Dave about the widget wrap. Well, Castorella, do you know something? That's what I'm wondering as well. What are we going to get for version 4? Is version 4 going to be the big one? Is that when we do get all of his header stuff? Is that when the mega menu? Is that when we get... But the trouble is, though, what if Elementor version 4 isn't until... Let's humour me on this, okay? What if it's not until spring or summertime next year? By that point in time, no, not yet, not yet, Eddie, but it will be coming soon, all right? Don't worry, thanks for reminding me, Eddie. But if it takes 6 or 7 months before we get to Elementor 4, before we get the mega menu, before we get the animated hamburger icon, before you get all these scrolling features built in, before you get like a other stuff, things that we really would like to have, nestable elements. If it takes 6 or 7 months before we get that, in that time, where will Breakdance be? Where will Bricks be? Where will be some of the Gutenberg plugins be? And someone might say, yeah, but it'll be done. But yeah, by that time, you're still behind. And that's the really important bit. You got to do it right. Don't rush it. Don't put out something really bad. Get it right. But I hope the wheels are turning, you know, and it's at least we've moved to the beta version. Good. We got a loop builder, even better. Now get it working. Yeah, we're not having notes too, Carapace. Now get the loop builder working for WooCommerce. It's all good and well having it for post. I'm really happy. But get it for WooCommerce. Come on. Bricks have got a product filter built in. Come on, let's try and get that with Elementor. Because right now, the WooCommerce filter system for categories is shit. It's rubbish, right? Create something that now reduces the need for other plugins. Yeah, Adnan, when you get your website done, of course, get back in touch and let us know, okay? And obviously, I hope I still see you on the live chats. Just checking some of the comments coming on here. Yeah. Jeffrey's dogs are always in the background, aren't they, Brian? Well, just me and Jeffrey, we chat quite a lot behind the scenes. You know, like behind the scenes, we chat quite a lot. You know, and the great thing is that we all kind of share the similar frame of mind in how we like to do things, which is really, really good. Hey, Andrew, you are late to the party. And you know what, Andrew? You've come so late. You now get to enjoy the final 2 minutes. Okay, Andrew, you get to enjoy the final 2 minutes. Now, please hit like if you've not hit like already. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. Sorry, mate. I'm going to be going in 2 minutes. It will be interesting if we actually get to see a proper roadmap. And also if we are allowed to vote, a bit like bricks. You know, there might be 20 things. What do we want to see now? Mega menu we would love to see, but is mega menu really important? If you think about it, is mega menu really, really important? Not as much as, say, animated icons for the hamburger and scrolling features without having to use CSS, right? But yeah, it'd be really good if we can see the roadmap, and if we're allowed to not vote down, but can we upvote? What's your opinion on SEO plugin? Hey, Michael or Mikhail? Is it Mikhail? Michael. Sorry if I get your name wrong, Mikhail. Rank Math. SEO framework, all-in-one SEO, Yoast. I think they all have their good and their bad. I like Rank Math. I am going to try SEO framework a little bit more, but I do like Rank Math at the moment. So Castello is issued Elementor is that they significantly raise prices. You do know Castello, they're bringing the price down to $299. You do know that the price is going to come down from $1,000 to $299, right? It is coming down. So you will pay the lower price going forwards, okay? Yes, Satanish. I mean, look, I love seeing where Bricks is going, and I love to see how much more they develop. I really, really do. Hey, Shamima, how you doing? I'm actually going to be going in about 1 minute, Shamima. So great to have you here. Square Payments, check out. I think there's a plugin you got to register for Square, and then there's a plugin. I can't remember the name. If you go to the WordPress repository, plugins, you just do Square, WooCommerce Square, if it's being done with WooCommerce, and there is a plugin. I can't remember what it's called. It's a really good one as well. It works pretty well with Square. You can't miss it. Exactly, Pixar. Mega Menu is not important. So what I would like to see is, what is the roadmap? If Mega Menu's right at the top, then I want us to have the ability to upvote. Sorry, Eddie, $399, not $299, $399. And I think they've missed a trick. That $399 is too high. They need to bring it down to $199. I really think they need to bring it down to $199. If you want to compete against Breakdance and Bricks, bring it down to $199. Because I say this all the time. You can have 1,000 licenses, but you're never going to use 1,000 licenses. I'm telling you now, you will never use it. Okay, right, everyone, look, I'm going to say goodbye to you all now. I've got to go crack on with some other stuff, get on with some editing, editing, and check out with the client, a few things as well. And I've got a very big email coming that I've got to respond to. All right, everyone, take it easy, but I really think they need to drop it to $199, right? Who's with me? They need to drop it to $199, right? Be more competitive. Okay, let me just check the comments. The 2-minute warnings come and gone, everyone. The 2-minute warnings come and gone. Hey, don't worry, Shamima. Look, hopefully catch you tomorrow, okay? Stay safe, everyone. Go and enjoy yourselves. Bye.